The evening sun dipped behind the trees of the city park, leaving long shadows stretching across the empty playground. A single swing creaked in the wind, swaying as if someone invisible had just stepped away. Parents whispered, police sirens wailed in the distance, and hope was slipping through trembling hands. 2 children had been missing for days, and the entire city was holding its breath. Then came the bark. A sharp, urgent cry from Rex, the police 9, shattered the silence. His handler, Officer Daniels, tightened his grip on the leash. "He's got something," Daniels muttered, following Rex as the dog lunged toward a patch of dirt near the edge of the park. What looked like ordinary ground suddenly became the center of attention. Rex scratched, growled, then barked again, his nose pressed against a half-buried metal latch. Daniels dropped to his knees. "Everyone back?" he shouted, his voice cracking with equal parts fear and adrenaline. With trembling fingers, he pulled at the latch. The earth shifted, and a hidden door creaked open. A rush of stale air burst out, carrying with it a smell that made everyone flinch. Beneath them was a staircase, descending into darkness. The descent flashlights flickered on as officers prepared to go in. Parents clutched each other, some too weak to stand. Please," a mother whispered. Please let them be alive." The first step down felt like stepping into another world. The air was damp, the walls thick with earth. At the bottom they found a narrow hallway lined with makeshift wooden panels. Rex barked again, his tail stiff, guiding them forward. Then faintly, voices, small, frightened voices. "Help, is someone there?" The officers froze. Their hearts raced. Daniels rushed ahead, his flashlight shaking as it landed on a locked metal door. Inside, muffled sobs echoed. "We're here. We're going to get you out," Daniels shouted, his throat tight. With a crowbar and desperate strength, the officers pried open the door. It screeched against rusted hinges before finally giving way, and there they were, 2 children, pale and trembling, their eyes wide with both fear and hope. Blankets were tossed across a filthy floor, and broken toys lay scattered. The moment they saw the uniforms, they stumbled forward, collapsing into waiting arms. Tears flowed freely, both theirs and the officers. "You're safe now," Daniels whispered, though his voice cracked under the weight of relief. The struggle for survival later, the children would reveal the horror. They had been lured away, hidden underground where no one could hear their cries. Days had passed without sunlight, without comfort, only fear and silence. They had clung to each other, whispering stories to stay brave, praying someone would come. And it was Rex, the 9, who had found them when humans could not. But the challenges weren't over. The children were weak, dehydrated, and terrified. Paramedics rushed them into ambulances. Parents who moments before had braced themselves for the worst now held their children as if they would never let go again. The community watched, shaken yet inspired. A city united news spread like wildfire. Crowds gathered at the park, candles in hand, honoring the bravery of the officers and the dog whose nose led them to the impossible. Reporters called it a miracle, but the parents simply called it answered prayers. Yet the story was more than just a rescue. It was a reminder of the fragility of life, of the strength of love, and of the power of never giving up, even when hope seems buried deep underground. The message, as the children recovered, their laughter slowly returned. The swing in the park, once empty and haunting, now carried their giggles again. And Rex, the dog who never stopped searching, became the city's hero, his name etched into the hearts of every family who had once known fear. Because in the darkest moments, when the world feels silent and hopeless, courage can break through the shadows. Sometimes it comes in the form of a loyal dog's bark, and sometimes that bark is the sound of miracles. Sparkle's inspiring closing message for YouTube video. No matter how deep the darkness, hope has a way of finding its voice. In this case, it was the bark of a 9, a reminder that heroes come in all forms, and that love will always fight to bring us back into the light.